Howdy, welcome back to my channel. I'm American Skywalker, and today we will be learning about how to rush as Russian in 6 to 7 minutes. Before I start, I gotta give a shout out to Celine. She's the one who teach me this tactic, and she's been practicing with me. So here we go. This is the deck that I have to go to a Russian rush in 6 to 7 minutes. So usually when people rush, it's around 7 to 8 minutes when they have a bigger force. But Russian, you can do it so much more earlier because you don't do it with Cossack. We're talking about a full infantry rush in such an early stage. The first card that you need to take is Distributism. Distributism is because it will increase your wood ticker throughout the game, and because you will be spamming either Strelets or Musketeers, so you most likely you will be focusing more villagers on certain resources. Wood is just increasing your Strelets and also building your house population. So you need Distributism to slowly increasing your wood ticker without you having any workers to chopping wood. So how I usually do this is I have around only created one batch of workers. For Russian, one batch of workers is 3 workers. So we're talking about 8 workers in total. 8 workers focusing on food, nothing else. And depending on situation, sometimes if I saw Guardian Treasure with 80 coin or 50 coin, that would be perfect for upgrading the market. So I'll put like 7 workers on food, 1 building market, and my explorer will explore around my base just to look for hunts. Then look for guardian, which have provide at least 50 coin, because in order to upgrade hunting dog, which increase your gathering rate for food, you will need 50 wood and 50 coin. So beginning of the match, usually if you get all the crates around your HQ, which is the town center, you will have 200 wood and a little bit of coin, but usually will not enough coin, for probably 40 or 30 depending on situation. So 800 wood you will use for the market, and you will have remaining 100, which is sufficient enough because the hunting dog only need 50 wood. So you will need to hunt down another treasure guardian to get a treasure from there to get another 50 coin. Once your worker created the market, the worker will divert back to the food, 8 villages on foot. Then once your explorer kill the guardian and get the treasure, you will have more than 50 coin. Then you can upgrade the hunting dog in H1. So the hunting dog actually makes a huge difference. It can increase your gathering rate because in this rush, one of the most important resources is food, because food will be used a lot for musketeers or even Strelets. You will have most of your villagers on food. So most of the time I have around 90% or already 100% on villagers on food, because all my upgrades will be on food. So I want to be constantly pumping this rush, non-stop putting out troops to attack my opponent to make sure that they cannot tag up. The weakness of this rush is your barrack will be at the front base, so you will be able to constantly produce troops, which is good to attack enemy, but it become a weakness in terms of defense. So if the enemy attack or harass you at your base, if you double back, it will defeat the purpose of this rush. So as you can see that if I invest so much resources at the front line, it will be ridiculous for me to double back, which is very costly for me. So this is one of the bad thing, also good thing. Good thing is you are close to the enemy, you produce troops instantly and you can attack instantly. But the problem is in terms of defense, the enemy can attack you, and when you double back, it will defeat the whole purpose of this rush. So if you are using this rush tactic, you need to attack them first to make sure that they get troops to defend their base. So if you ever meet a Russian player like this attacking you like this in such an early stage, remember his base will be very vulnerable for you to send either 2 riders or 3 riders will be more than sufficient. The attack is equal. If you make sure that his villagers stay inside town hall, even with his forward base that close to you, he cannot constantly pump up troops. So usually around 4 minutes, I will be H2 already. The politician I choose will be the one provide 10 population and a barrack, because in this rush, I need 2 barracks. One thing good about Russian is your barrack, which is your blockhouse, they combine with outposts so they can shoot. So having 2 barrack is a good forward base. It can have a defenses to stop enemy from pushing you, and also constantly pump up troops. So you will need 2 barracks. So once you age up in H2, when the age up is on progress, you have to select one of your workers to walk from your base to enemy base at least nearby to create another barrack. In this rush, best to finish your barrack before age 2 so you can constantly pump out troops immediately. Then once the age 2 is complete, you have another additional barrack, then you will place that barrack next to the barrack you just create. So depend on situation, but most of the time for the second card I will choose 700 gold, because 700 gold, the first troops I want to button up is musketeers. Then usually my third shipment I will put in strelets, so strelets plus 5 to 10 musketeers, which is a lot. So in the whole tips around here for getting resources, we'll be focusing on food. You will get shipment from gold, which is 700, which is more than sufficient enough for you to pump out multiple batch of musketeers. If it's not enough to destroy enemy, another 600 shipment for gold after the strelets will be more than enough. So you can focusing all your villagers on food. Sometimes you can even upgrade the second upgrade after $100 for getting food rate. Then for the fourth shipment onwards, it all depends on the enemy, what kind of units they create. Is their army big enough to push you back? If the situation is you are winning every battle, you mostly destroy their units, because you have 2 barracks, you can pump out troops faster than them, and most likely you will just continue the pressure, which is constantly pumping out troops. But if you are looking at a casualty rate which they have more units eventually and they keep on winning you might have to pull back to your forward base and eventually tech up into a fortress age. Then that will be the best time to get in cannons to continue to push. Alright, let's talk about the gameplay. As you can see, the first person I sent in is my explorer. I mean, Explorer, unlike the native, which actually boosts your units, Explorer is expandable to me. I usually use it to scout enemy base. Where's their barrack? In this situation, I see that their barrack is on the top left side, so that's my first target. So my Explorer is there to tank the town hall from shooting me or from the barrack, because you can revive the explorer later and it's most likely free unless you revive him from your town hall, which I most likely wouldn't do. I'll revive him in the battlefield. So in this case, I use my explorer to scout it out and know where's the enemy barrack, and so I go and target enemy barrack. So I got musketeers and a bunch of strelets, and I keep on pumping out troops. As you can see, the wood trigger will keep on increasing my wood without me sending any villagers to get wood. So I'll just create more houses once I have enough wood. As you can see in this footages, enemy is calling up some horses and some musketeer-like foot soldiers. So horses, I will use my musketeers to go in melee mode to attack the enemy horses, which is they have 3 times the damage against horses in melee mode. And my strelets will take care of enemy musketeers. But in this case, I'm losing the fight because the barrack is shooting me. And one thing you have to know, that Russian forces is all about overwhelming your enemy, because in terms of HP or attack, they are so much weaker. So as you can see, I'm losing the fight, so I had to regroup first for the next batch of soldiers to attack. So I have coined my 13 strelets and I have keep on pumping up musketeers. Then right now I'm going in for the second batch. So another thing you can realize that I always scout where is the enemy troops or what kind of units they are pumping out, because if they are going out more skirmishers, I'll go for skirmishers. If they are getting horses, I'll definitely go for musketeers and less strelets, because strelets can easily get teared down by enemy horses. They are very weak. Then right now, since I'm fighting against native, he's using his explorer to war chief to scout it out, which is a perfect chance for me to kill his war chief, because usually native war chief will give a buff damage or even HP for their units. So right now, his biggest mistake is he lost his war chief, which gave him a huge bonus towards his army. So right now I'm sending in the second batch with musketeers and strelets to destroy his barrack. He knew that he cannot win with such a small numbers. You can see that he's sending his foot soldiers, which is his musketeers, away, and right he have enough that he will push again. So I'm using my musketeers to burn his houses, while strelets, which is perfect in dealing his foot soldiers to push ahead. Then I'll continue burning until I burn down his barrack. Then my next shipment I call in Cossack. because he is constantly pumping out horses as well. I'm not sure about this native that he is getting from shipment or he's building it. I think most likely getting from shipment. And you can see his horses coming back. My horses will deal with his horses, and my shredders will deal with his musketeers. It's an all-rounded push. You just have to micro it to which unit to target which unit. As you can see, the barracks is down, so pumping out troops will have difficulty for him, and I have 2 barracks to constantly pumping out. In this rush, enemy will have a better eco because they have more villages, because you're using all your resources to constantly pumping out troops. As you can see, right now we actually overwhelm him, and it's a GG. So this is the end of this tutorial for the Russian rush within 5 to 6 minutes. Do let me know, guys, this is the kind of tutorial you're looking for, because my last video about the Japan tutorial to rush in 8 minutes is I got a high retention rate, so I'm hoping that you guys like this too. And until next time, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and support my small channel. And I do stream as well almost every day. Look me out on Twitch with the same name, American Skywalker. So until next time, I'll see you guys.